challenge. Break down.
It's Bryson Wynn with the challenge.
Break down.
CBS reality royalty to beat crown.
Survivor Love Island challenge.
Amazing Race and Big Brother.
Survivor Love Island
Amazing Race and Big Brother. It's Bryson Wynn with the challenge.
Break down.
It's Bryson Wynn with the challenge.
Break down.
It's Bryson Wynn with the challenge.
Break down.
Welcome to the Wendell Holland YouTube channel for the latest exit interview. We are very, very heartbroken to see our beautiful, strong, great friend, a member of the Fab Five, Miss Cashay Proudfoot Lee. How you doing, Cash?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Hey, boo, I just got to say hi to my bud.
Hey, baby.
So it's good to see you, but it's not good to see you. But we got a lot of questions for you, girl, because we have some friends on the season that we got to ask you about.
Okay.
And, but first, I just want to jump in and talk about you getting thrown down into the arena. Were you blindsided by Desi or Danny, or did you kind of have a feeling that you were going down? Were you surprised by either one of them?
I was not blindsided. They both pulled me aside before the elimination and told me that I was going in. So I appreciated that because I was like, all right, like I kind of know I'm going in. I'm ready for it.
Yes, we love it. Now listen, Cash, I love you, but I got to ask the hard questions.
Yeah.
When you and Tyson early on in the elimination, when Tyson was the boat and girl, you was the propeller. Were y'all really going that fast? Okay, because it seemed like y'all was a speedboat beating everybody.
When I tell you I was like, he is incredible. Like that man is a tank. Like we were actually going that fast. He was actually killing it. I don't even think he's human, if I'm being honest, but we were actually going that fast.
Okay, listen, it's all because of the propellers, not just Tyson, okay?
You know what I mean? Because the motor, you can't talk without your engine.
Okay.
Fair enough. I will say, on Winners at War, I was with Tyson on that season, and there was a challenge where we had to pull a boat, and I was with Tyson and someone else swimming, and Tyson was like ahead of us, like basically pulling everything. So he is that strong of a swimmer.
It's crazy.
How did that season work out for you, Wendell?
So I was saying about a different season, Ghost Island. You know, I had a good friend out there, Cash, the one and only, and I'm gonna have to ask you about him. Tell me a little bit about Dom. Where do y'all stand? How did things go? Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Dom can catch these hands. That's all I'm gonna say. My whole thing, like, me and Dom like had a conversation like after the elimination, and I thought we were good. And then I watched the show back and hear how he was talking about me, and I just don't appreciate it. And I DM'd him and I let him know that because I'm a woman. I'm gonna talk my shit, but to your face. My biggest thing is like, it's not even just that he was trash talking me on the show and interviews. It's the tweet of him like literally praising Cinco for our win. That I don't fuck with. I was like respectfully like, I just don't respect that man. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Like I just think everything that he did, I just don't appreciate. And the only reason why that man is still on the show is because of me. And why can't we say that? Like, nah, I don't have nothing nice to say about your friend, boy. I'm sorry. Like,
is there any chance for reconciliation?
No, like I'm so understanding, and he's still like, and his apology to me was like, I'm sorry, but but you, no, just say you're sorry and I'll forgive you. I'm the most understanding person, I like to say, because I really am. It's like, if you're just like an actual heartfelt apology, it's like, I didn't mean it. But his like tweet back was like, all right, what I meant was, Cinco said this. And instead of just being like, you know what, I fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. Like Cash was the reason why we went.
I agree. Apology shouldn't have like conditions or anything attached to them. It should be like
at all. As long as like you're honest and upfront with me, like I'm pretty forgiving. So no, there's not. And plus, too much time has gone by for me to be like, hey, we're good. Like no, I'm good on it.
Enough about Ghost Island. I was a part of an amazing franchise, Survivor Cagayan. And I actually, in my season, I didn't get to play with Sarah, but outside of the game, we formed an amazing relationship. And I think that, at times you see the Sarah But what I don't think people realize is that like she's such a heartfelt and a loving person. And one of the things that I love that we talked about on the challenge breakdown every week was your relationship with Sarah. I loved, you know, you all in the bathroom. I loved first thing in the morning, you got your do-rag on and you're in her bed. Like, can you talk about your friendship with Sarah?
I wish you guys can see more of Sarah. Like, I'm going to say this in every single interview I do today. Like, a moment that you guys didn't see is, so Justine and I would dance battle Kayla and Sarah all the time. Sarah won the dance battle because she told Kayla to sit down. She goes, spread your legs and trust me. She got upside down and started twerking in the air. She shut it down. I said, oh, respectfully, you ate that. Like, she is so fun and people just don't know it. Like, don't get me wrong, she's very competitive and you guys are seeing that, but there's so many layers to her. I fucking love her. She's so dope.
Yes, I love her too. Now, when she was upside down, was those things thangin' or was
the thing was thangin'? I grabbed my Drakessa. You're not gonna I said, no, you won. Like, what am I gonna do after that? I could drop down in the split and it doesn't matter. Like, you ate, you know? Like, it's so fun.
Wow, very nice. Well, speaking of Sarah, a very competitive, strong lady, just like yourself. I was wondering, in the event that they threw you into the arena in like a hall brawl, was there anyone in particular you would have wanted to like hall brawl against?
I will hall brawl anybody. Like, I don't mind, even if someone's like 3 times my size. Aside from Sarah, like that is the only person I wouldn't hall brawl. Like, her and I would wrestle all the time. Like, we were hall brawling together and she was like picking me up and throwing me down. And I was like, I tried to run against her with all my body weight. She is just a rock, bro. Like a rock. I meant it when I said I would have faked an injury. Like, hand on heart, I would be like, no, I know. Like, she is a tank. Absolutely not. Mm-mm.
Yes. What I love so much is that, you know, we go into this and you see Survivor is such a strategy driven game, Big Brother, Amazing Race. And here we have Love Island, which is, you know, a different type of show. But is it so surprising to you that the Love Island girls essentially are running this game or have run this game thus far?
It's not surprising to me, but it's just surprising to everybody else. I said, for me, I think when we walked in, and people underestimate, I'm like, okay, so we come from a dating show, so what? Like, even TJ, like, in the very first moment of meeting him, he's like, maybe you're from Survivor and you just survive on an island, and maybe you're traveling around the world in an Amazing Race, or maybe you had to like strategize in a house, or maybe you fell in love. And we were like, boy, that's your speech to us. Like, and he literally paused. He's like, or maybe you fell in love. I'm like, boy, like, already underestimated. He set the tone to underestimate us from the moment we walked in.
Listen, I can't with TJ. And I know going into this, it had to be like nerve-wracking to like, you know, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Did you receive any advice that helped heartwarm you to let you know that you could do it and that you that girl?
You know, like, okay, Wendell, I don't know if you know this, but the night before I flew out, I went to y'all's event and I had like an hour conversation with you, Bryce. And like, I was still uneasy about going because I knew I was going to be underestimated. I knew my ex was going to be there. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I don't want to go. And like you just said to me, you're like, don't let anyone underestimate. Like, you got this. And I'm not even kidding. Like, that is what made me confident to get on the plane. It's like, cause you were my last conversation I had before I went home. I didn't talk to anyone purposely. I turned off my phone. I packed it, like try to get myself in like a good mental space. And you were the last conversation I had. So it was like, I could cry. Like, that meant everything to me because you don't really know me that well, and you were already like just, oh, it was so sweet.
It was your spirit. And like I said, you could do it. Go in there with your head held high and look at you. You was out there running the game.
2 eliminations from the final. I'm mad, but I'm also really happy and like proud of myself. But that's crazy. I made it so close.
You really killed it out there, Cash. And it's very rare. It's like extremely rare that this happens, but sometimes people confuse Bryce and myself. And if you didn't remember, that conversation was actually with me. I was the one giving you all that advice at the party that night. So you know,
gave me a little advice. You did. I loved your advice as well. We talked for a while too, but it's like, I don't remember exactly what you said to me, Bryce, but there was something, I think like you hinted on my spirit as well, but it was more just like, you were like seeing my heart. And like, that means everything to me. Cause like, I'm constantly like underestimated, or people are just taking like the show version of me from Love Island. But I don't know if you watched my season or not, but it wasn't about this. It was about like this. And that like matters to me. So it was just really, really sweet. But Wendell, you did your thing. I love their talk as well.
All right. I didn't try to give you too much because I knew like you were going out there the next day. And I thought, first of all, I thought you were a champ for coming out the day before you're about to go or pack up.
I'm never going to miss a party. Come on.
Yeah. Well,
I was out.
Also,
speaking of which,
hey,
we have one coming up on the 21st in New York at Dallas.
And where am I going to be? Right there.
My girl, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Also, I think people need to know, Cash, that like not only did you come out to our party the night before you left, girl, you had to pack up your whole apartment because you was moving, and I was cussing you out like, what is you doing here?
I know. And I like nothing was packed when I saw you guys. And I stayed out and I went to the after party with you.
Yes, we went at the after spot.
I was like, where to next? Y'all said home to pack. I said, yeah, but what club? What bar? Yeah, I'm never gonna miss a good time. I just can't. It's not my MO. So, but it got packed. Everything worked out. It was fine.
Everything worked out.
It worked out.
Good job. Good job. Well, okay, question about the game.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite partner?
Tyson. And it's not because we won. I think like he showed me the most respect out of every partner that I had. And it wasn't, my biggest thing is just like when someone sees me and it's more than just, they see what I can't do. They see my abilities, you know? So I think for him, he was just like, okay, what can you do? Can you do this? Great. He wasn't like, no, you can't. You can't. I don't know. It's just, I really, really just respect him for how he treated me and how he treated all of his partners, even though he knows like he's that guy, but he still treated everyone like they matter. And I just love that.
I think it takes a lot of self-awareness, like, cause he's really good at everything. He's a true vet. He's played so many of these seasons. So he really knows the game and the production game. Yeah. And for him to understand, all right, I know how to communicate with my partners is a huge thing.
Yeah.
We also saw you and Cinco working together, and you know, going into that episode, I was a little concerned, but it seemed like you guys were able to put your differences aside, get on the same track, and really help each other.
Yeah, definitely. I think getting partnered up, I don't know if you guys remember, but on the stage when they said our names, it was stank energy. Like we did not want to be partnered with each other. And I think it was really nice to put that aside. And my biggest fear isn't swimming, it's dropping down into water. So I think it was just really nice, like having someone that knows me and I know him. And it was just nice for that moment to just like have someone like, I got you, I know you, we got this, even though we weren't on the best terms, like it was still really nice. So it worked out a lot better than I thought it would.
I like to see it. I felt like you were saying, you could just see in that moment, you needed someone that knew you to kind of sort of just like push you, no matter the history. So I truly loved to see it. Now I got a quick question, because you know that algorithm was a little funny. Okay. It was definitely giving Android vibes. Okay, now you, Cash, are currently the algorithm, and we are back in Argentina, okay? And we got a challenge to go. And the only two players left are Wendell and myself. Who you picking as your teammate?
Oh, I don't know. Probably.
You can be honest.
If I'm being honest, I would probably pick Wendell. Only because, Bryce, I feel like we would just be so silly the entire time. Okay. I just feel like we would just be like giggling and having too much fun. And I would just need someone that's like, it's just not funny. Like, you're just like, it's almost being partnered with you would be like being partnered with DX. Like me and him just had the best time. Don't get me wrong, we did really freaking well. I'm not saying we wouldn't do well together, but it was just like one big party. And I kind of I don't know, because I kind of loved that. I don't know. I feel like I don't know y'all.
We can have fun too, though. We can have fun too.
I mean,
I don't know. Bryce, I love you. You know you're my favorite. But I just feel like for a challenge, I would probably do you, because I just don't know you well enough, Wendell. So I feel like it would be more like about the game versus like, I don't want to let my friend down. That's my biggest thing. I love that I wasn't partnered with anybody I was like friends with, because that like makes me nervous. Like I would be too scared to be partnered with you, Bryce. I'd be like, no, I'm gonna have to let him down. Like Wendell, I'm like, if I let you down, I don't know you like that. I was like, I have to get over it. Like
nobody would let each other down in this situation, because we both kill it out there. And speaking of that, I got a question. I've seen you doing some workouts and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how you prepared going into the season, like physically prepared for it.
I didn't really prepare because I actually was like, okay, I'm going probably like 5 or 6 days before the flight. Cause I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I was just like, it's going to be too messy. I'm not healed enough, whatever. But then friends and family are like, are you going to let a man stop your bag? Are you going to miss out on this opportunity? You don't know what could come from this. Like, I was still on the fence when I went to you guys' event. That's why my apartment still wasn't packed. I'm like, I could still check it out. But yeah, I think I was excited that I went, and yeah, I don't know. What was the question? I blacked out.
No, just what your prepreparation was. And you said,
oh my God. Yeah. So I didn't prepare, but I live a healthy lifestyle as is. Like, I work out 5 to 6 days a week, just because that's something I do. So I was already still in shape, but I wish I would have taken more swim lessons. I was already taking swim lessons because I was going to go on a vacation with my friends. And I was like, I'm not going to be the girl on the yacht that's not in the water. That's embarrassing. So I was taking swim lessons and I thought that I was good until they were like, okay, here's a lake. Oh. I'm like, I could fuck it up in a pool, but y'all want me in a body of bye. I didn't prepare.
I have a question, Cash, to other beautiful brown skin girls like you that are looking up to you, that maybe are going for a job or maybe trying to get out of a relationship or just going into a new situation that they are unsure about and they don't know whether or not they are enough. What would you say to them?
That's my biggest thing. I get that DM a lot. For me, I lived in a small town where it's predominantly white. So I had to figure out what makes me special. My sauce, I always say. No one else is going to give you the recipe for your sauce. You have to build that up yourself. What makes you special? What do you love about yourself? What's your sexiest characteristic? I think once you figure out your sauce and know that no one's sauce tastes like yours, then there's no reason to be insecure or sad or alone, because it's you're that bitch. You're always going to be that bitch. And there's no one else like you in the world. And I think for me, that's what keeps my confidence and keeps me walking and talking like I do,
Yes, I love it. And trust me, my sauce is delicious too.
Your sauce good as fuck.
No. On that note, Cash, we really appreciate you stopping in to chat with us. Thank you so much for your time. We'd love to do a deep dive with you sometime after the season, of course. Please come to our party on the 21st.
I can't wait.
Yes. Bryce, anything?
Love you, friend. And tell my best friend I said, hey.
All right.
Bye, you guys.
Have a good one. Peace.
It's Bryson Wynn with the challenge
breakdown.
It's Bryson Wynn with the challenge
breakdown.
It's Bryson Wynn with the challenge
breakdown.